This week on Inside Boulder News. Over a third of food loss happens at the consumer level. Check out how this Boulder organization is helping decrease this number. We take a dive into this project's construction process. And Boulder moves forward with new vaping regulations. Find out what this means for you.
Welcome to Inside Boulder News, your source for all things Boulder. I'm Jocelyn Avendaño. Construction for the Scott Carpenter pool began earlier this year. The more than 50-year-old pool is undergoing some major renovations and as of now is set to be complete in May of next year. We spoke to the city's Parks and Recreation planner, Doug Godfrey, to get an update.
Earlier this year, construction crews dove right into the renovation of Scott Carpenter Pool and have been knee-deep in work since.
Right now, we're trying to wrap up the pool construction. So again, right now they're doing the floors. Later on this week, you'll see the walls for the rec pool go up. In the grand scheme of things, this is a pretty big milestone for the project. Getting the pools up and completed is really important.
The new Scott Carpenter Pool will include features such as a 10-lane lap pool, a lazy river, a deep water exercise area, and a climbing wall. Over the next couple of months, community members will start to see the facility take shape.
You'll start to see the walls for the bathhouse go up, and you'll also see a lot more activity in this building here, the pool equipment building, which is where the infrastructure for the pools, the pumps and electrical equipment will be housed in this room right here.
Up until now, community members have been able to enjoy the rest of the park's features, such as the skate park and ball field. But as construction advances, there will be some further detours and closures to keep everyone safe.
In the near future, you will see some impacts to the multi-use path that is just on the south side of the ball fields, because we are installing we're putting in a new multi-use path, a wider multi-use path, and we'll also be installing some 30 to 35 foot tall nets to protect the pool area from any balls coming from the baseball field.
But crews aren't out of the deep end just yet, as construction for the new facility is expected to be complete by May of next year. More information on the Scott Carpenter Pool Enhancement Project can be found by visiting bouldercolorado.gov/parksrec.
Boulder City Council recently took a step to ban the sale of flavored electronic cigarette products containing nicotine. Colorado currently leads the nation in youth e-cigarette use. In efforts to reverse this trend, the city will limit the purchase of tobacco products to those 21 and over. New regulations include the prohibition of flavored options and limiting the amount of electronic smoking devices that can be sold to an individual in a 24-hour period. All changes will go into effect on October 17th. More information can be found on the city's newsroom.
The Boulder Police Department gave a special recognition and promotion to one of their own.
We are lucky to have her as a member of the Boulder Police Department, and I am honored to promote her as our first Explorer Post Sergeant.
Kay Altschuler is part of the Boulder Police Department's Explorer program, where teens get the chance to get hands-on experience in law enforcement. Tonight's celebration was the first time someone from the Explorer program got promoted to an Explorer Post Sergeant.
They will oversee several explorers, take on a leadership position within the post, take on a lot more responsibilities, and really be our go-to explorer for the entire post.
It's really cool that I got to do this. I think it's really awesome, especially being the only girl on the post. I'm excited. A lot more responsibility, just a lot more. Just more resources to help other people, sort of guide them on their way in this.
This young teen first started her path with the Boulder Police Department by being a part of the department's Youth Academy program, which then brought her to the Explorer program 4 years ago. Her natural leadership and dedication is what program advisors say made her perfect for the new role.
She has this capability of bringing everyone together and making them a team. And at the same time, when she sees that, she needs to stand up and address something, she's not afraid to do that as well.
And though this now senior in high school doesn't have any intentions of going into law enforcement as of now, Altschuler says this program has given her more than police training skills.
I'm really interested in journalism, especially international journalism, just because I guess it actually was through this post I kind of figured out I really love to talk to people, and I like to interview people and just sort of get the big picture about what's going on. And so it's kind of actually prompted me to go in that direction.
This week, the City and County of Boulder brought awareness to food waste with events and panel discussions for the community. One Boulder-based organization is tackling food waste and hunger through their everyday work.
This Boulder-based organization delivers food 7 days a week, 12 times a day.
Hey, would you happen to know if the food for donation has been set aside today?
But this isn't your typical food delivery service. The Boulder Food Rescue has a mission.
The more you do it, the more you see how much perfectly good, healthy food is just left behind that would otherwise be thrown away by grocery stores if it weren't for programs such as these.
Since 2011, the Boulder Food Rescue has been delivering food to over 40 local low-income organizations in need of food. The food delivered is set aside by grocery stores that would have otherwise been discarded.
You know that we actually just distributed over 3 million pounds of food, and we hit a milestone this year in total, and we distribute about 1,500 pounds of food every day, which equates to about 550,000 pounds of food a year.
The organization has over 140 volunteers distributing food in bikes around Boulder. When the volunteers can't make a shift, someone from the organization's rapid response team steps in.
I like seeing people smile or become lightened when they see like boxes of food come by. It's a nice feeling to provide some extra food.
And though not every piece of food can be donated,
would I eat a peach that's like becoming a piece of mush or like that's halfway melting? Probably not.
these few bad apples are still put to another helpful use.
With the food that I can't donate, I will compost it, so then at least, at the very least, it'll go back into the earth and become the earth once more. So it's still, it's still going to good use.
To learn more on the Boulder Food Rescue, please visit boulderfoodrescue.org.
Thank you so much for joining us on this week's edition of Inside Boulder News. If you have pictures, news tips, or events you'd like to see featured, we'd love to hear from you. Connect with us on Facebook and Twitter. You can also sign up to receive video updates right in your inbox. Just go to boulderchannel8.com and click on subscribe. And be sure to check out the city's online newsroom for the latest city news. Have a good week.